Thank you for tuning in to the 2025 Texas State Crokinole Championship semifinal round between Justin Frerich and Paul Olson. This is a Tier 3 National Crokinole Association event hosted by the Extra Pint Crokinole Club in Dallas, Texas. The players will volley to see who gets to decide the first hammer of this race to 7. Olson draining his shot, and it looks like he will opt to shoot first in the first round. Coming up short, Frerich left with a backboard. Again, the winner of this match, the first to get to 7 points, will move on to the finals to play against Ryan Burr, who won his semifinal match against Jamie Harder. That match is out already on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, make sure to give it a watch after you're done seeing the action here. Olson coming up short again, another backboard for Frerich, able to drain it with the off. A lot of work for Olson to do to get back into this round. And Frerich with a strong advantage right now. Up 2 in the cup and with the hammer. Olson coming up well short on the upside, not close enough for an easy 20 conversion from Frerich. Content to hit and stick in that area. Olson catches a post and bounces back. I don't think that's what he intended to do. Frerich losing his shooter. Also not what he intended to do, leaving Olson with an open 20, which he gets. Frerich unable to seal the round. Olson needs the off in the 20 to make Frerich shoot. Just lips out. Frerich doesn't have to shoot, and he won't. Draining his shot, guaranteeing the first 2 points of this race to 7. Frerich to open up in the second round. Going a little bit long. Curse of the reach. Olson pushes for a follow-through, staying close to that center, giving Frerich the opportunity to get a 20. Going up the line, unable to get the off. Olson to have a strong advantage right now, working with the hammer, and while he doesn't have any 20s, 2 pieces on the board. A nice double from Frerich, unfortunately rolling to the outside. Olson coming in a little close. I'm not sure if Frerich will be able to pull it back. And I stand corrected, going off the post, awfully close to the center. Olson, lots of action. Shot ends up between the posts. Frerich, again, unable to get the off, giving Olson the opportunity to keep 2 pieces on the board. Threads the needle. Now we'll see what Frerich does here. Given the double he hit before, I wouldn't be surprised if he hit another, but there could be a 20 up the line. He goes up the right side. He'll want to be sure he can get the off with it as well, because this late into the game, it could be costly to leave a lot of pieces on the board. He gets the off, no 20 with it. Leaving Olson with a difficult shot. It'll be tricky for Olson to get that black piece off, while also... Oof! That's not what he wanted. I was trying to think that through, but Olson caught his own piece, leaving Frerich with an open board, which he capitalizes on. Just like that, the tables have turned. Olson unable to get the off. That could spell the victory for Frerich to take another 2 points in this semifinal match. Olson not out of it. He needs a double and a 20, which he doesn't get. Frerich going up 4-0 on the scoreboard. Into the third round, Olson to open up. Going long, just a little bit past that 15 line, enough to make that shot invalid. Frerich gets a 20 and initial advantage to him. Olson coming up short this time, overcorrecting a little bit. Backboard for Frerich, which he drains, now up 2. Olson on his third shot, finding that Goldilocks zone. Unfortunately, he'll need some mistakes like that out of Frerich. Not sure if there's a 20 here for Olson. He opts to hit and stick in that area, at the very least, not leaving Frerich anything to work with. Frerich doing a good job rolling to just between the posts. Looks like Olson will be fighting to push through. Gets the off, staying on the outside of the post. And there, Frerich opens the door for Olson to angle in. Not an easy line, but he can at the very least... Never mind. It's like Olson heard me and said, "Hold my beer, mister. I'm going to get that 20. Beautiful shot from Olson. Unfortunately, he needs a mistake from Frerich. That's the mistake he needed. If Olson can get a follow-through 20 here, he can take this round. Frerich still needs to shoot. He needs to make sure he gets the off. which he does. Frerich now up 6-0, 1 point away from victory. But with that angle in from Olson, that was certainly a statement to say he is not out of it. Frerich again going long and reaching for it. An unorthodox off from Olson. An angle in opportunity here for Frerich. Oofed. Drops a 20 for Olson. And Olson with the hammer as well. Strong advantage, pushing through a little bit close. Could be giving up that lead in the cup here. Frerich unable to convert though. See what Olson does. Gets the off of both his pieces on his side of the 15. Not much for Frerich to work with in terms of 20s. And this is the kind of lead Olson wants, because right now, if they tie, Frerich will win the semifinal match. That would put him to the 7-point goalpost. Oh, nice double from Frerich. But the piece stops spinning. It's off the board. Olson gets another 20, now up 2 in the cup. Both players halfway through their shots. Frerich now finding his range in the open 20s, but he needs some mistakes out of his opponent. Mistakes like that. Frerich unable to capitalize. It was a heavy hanger. Not able to get it. Lots of action on the post there. A bit too much strength. Frerich left with an open 20. And while Frerich does get that, Olson still has 2 shots with the hammer. And with that 20, he's all but guaranteed his first 2 points of this match. Frerich going long. Olson doesn't need to shoot, but he goes for it, taking it off, bringing the score 6-2 now on the scoreboard, and perhaps the beginning of a comeback. Olson to shoot first, draining his first open 20. A lot of pressure on him now. A long way to go still if he wants to get back into this. Frerich coming up short. Backboard's a bit far away, but Olson gets it. Now up 2-0 in the cup. Frerich now finding his range in the 20s. Balancing it out a little bit. Now Frerich does have the hammer, but he'll need to overcome that 20s advantage that Olson currently has. And Olson now keeping the pressure on with the open 20s. That could prove to be difficult. Olson coming up short on the upside, really far away, leaving Frerich a lot of work to do, trying to catch a post, but too much power, leaving an open board for Olson, who comes up short again. And while that can be frustrating, he's yet again left Frerich with a tough shot. Frerich this time waiting for a better chance to get back into the round. Olson with an invalid shot. Frerich could really make that hurt. He doesn't get the 20, but 2 pieces on. Olson could still win this with a double here. We'll see what he's able to do. Loses his shooter. All Frerich needs is a valid shot to win the semifinal, and he does it. Congratulations to Justin Frerich with that, an 8-2 score. He will move on to the finals to play against Ryan Burr. But before we get to that finals, we'll be looking at the consolation match to decide who gets the 3rd place spot at the Texas State Crokinole Championship. Mark Harper rose through the second elimination bracket and faced off against Jamie Harder and then Paul Olson. He defeated Jamie Harder 8-2. Unfortunately, that wasn't caught on camera, so we'll be skipping over to Mark Harper versus Paul Olson to determine who gets 3rd at this tournament. So stay tuned for that. And then the finals between Justin Frerich and Ryan Burr. Thank you for tuning in, and happy flicking.